रिकॉर्डिंग ऑन कर दीजिए
सर, कर दिया मैंने।
अच्छा, रिकॉर्डिंग का ध्यान रखिएगा क्योंकि रिकॉर्डिंग उसमें मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एजुकेशन वाली साइट पे लोड होगी, तो जरूरी है। और कुछ फोटोग्राफ भी लेने जरूरी है। इसमें सारे लोग स्पीकर जितने हैं, प्रेजेंटर हैं, वो प्रेजेंटर हैं, तो चाहे वो शुरू में ले लीजिए चाहे बाद में ले लीजिएगा।
नो इशू सर, नो इशू। So sir, should I give the welcome address to our guest?
Yes sir.
So good afternoon to everyone present here. With warm greetings, it gives me a great pleasure to extend a warm welcome on behalf of Department of Mechanical Engineering, conducting a live workshop on prototype validation by a resource person, Mr. Avishank Jain. He is a founder of Avishank Technology Private Limited and Achievance Motors Private Limited, New Delhi. This will begin with their own startups and how they can utilize their workshop to convert the prototype that they can design for the idea and then further convert that idea into the startups. I welcome you, Avishank, at this platform. I also welcome our beloved Director General, Sir, Professor Dr. P.S. Satwat, Sir, Director Dr. Dheeraj Gupta, Sir, and Dean R&D Dr. Anuranjan Mishra for his continuous support. Otherwise, it could not have been possible to conduct this kind of, this live workshop like this. We welcome you, sir. I also welcome for today's session all the second year mechanical engineering students, and I also welcome all my teachers fraternity present over here. Thank you, Avishank. Over to you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. I hope I am audible to each one of you.
Yes, you are audible. Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for bringing me here to this platform. Okay, so I believe we should have to directly proceed ahead with the session. Okay, so I won't be taking much of your time into introducing me or my company. I'm going to be very specific about today's discussion, what this session is all about. So I will just try to give the value, the utmost value that is possible for me to deliver in this session. This is what I will be doing. And I expect each one of you who is present in here from the student fraternity to be very attentive to the details that we are going to discuss with this session. As well as I want each one of you to come up with few more ideas. Okay, whatever you have got in your mind, just think about it. Think about the possibilities of starting up. This is what this session is all about. So now I'm going to share my screen. In the beginning 5 minutes, I want each one of you to introduce yourself a bit, just a bit, so that I could know who you are, what you do, what your aspirations are. I believe my screen is visible to each one of you.
Yes, it is, Avishank.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for confirming me this thing. So could I just get to know, like, if I could have a very quick roll call. Is anyone speaking?
This side, Dr. Anuranjan Mishra. Kindly make it on the presentation mode.
Yes, sir, I will. Okay. So I'm going to take a very quick roll call of who among you are present with me, like who are the students who are with me. So could you please confirm me, like, who all are with me in this session? Like, if you could just say, yes, I am here, my name is this.
Hi Avishank, I'm here. My name is Shishir.
Thank you so much, Shishir. I just want it from the students who are attending this session.
I just wanted to start it up.
Okay, yes. Anyone from the students?
Student, please introduce yourself.
Hello, I am here. My name is Shubham Jaiswal.
Yes, okay. Hi, Shubham. Hi, Shubham. What about others?
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Abhinav.
Hello, sir.
Yes, hi. What's your name, dear?
Rishabh Sharma.
Rishabh Sharma. Okay. Okay, I just got 3 highs. One
Hello,
from
sir.
Shubham, one from Rishabh. Yes, yes, please.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon,
What's your
sir,
name
Girish
here?
Good afternoon, sir. This is Abhishek Kumar Singh over here.
Okay, Abhishek. Okay, Abhishek.
Good afternoon, sir. This is Ashish Dawar.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. This is enough for me. This is enough for me. Now, this entire session that has been designed and brought to you by GNIOT, this is on product or prototype validation, converting a prototype into a startup. So before we proceed ahead with this session, I want you people to think about at least one idea that you have ever thought of and thought of building that idea into reality, into a company, into an organization, into a startup. There must be something. I know this thing that you all are the engineering undergraduate students. So if you are into an engineering institution, there should be at least one time in your life, or probably more, probably infinite of times. But when you are into an engineering campus, when you have got the entire conscience of what actually a startup is, or what actually do you mean by prototype, or what do you actually mean by product or MVP, there should be at least once in your lifetime that you have thought of building or creating an idea into reality. At least think about that one idea. Think about that thing, write it down on a paper. If you are having a pen or paper, it's very fine. If you're not having it, just go and bring it now. In the beginning 5 minutes of this session, just go and bring a pen and paper to yourself. Write down that one idea, no matter how foolish it is. Just bring it out. With this session, I will just try to give you the clarity. I will just try to create that path from confusion to clarity when it comes to startup. What do we actually mean by prototype validation? How does this actually work? How do you get started with the idea and convert it into the form of an organization, into the form of a startup? This is what we will be discussing. This is what we will be discussing. So I want at least one idea out of this session before proceeding ahead with this session. There is no point if I just come up and start delivering about the concept, the theories, the numericals that are related to this prototype validation, but I want you people to be as interactive to me as I am going to be with you. I want you people to participate in this session. There is going to be no harm if you're going to speak your mind out. Definitely there is going to be no harm to you or to your reputation. It's even going to add value to your life. So just think of one idea. Before we start with this session, I want each one of you to think of one idea that you desperately want to convert to an organization. Or you want that idea to be working in the real world scenario. Just think of that one idea. Write it down on a paper. And together we are going to work on it in this 1 hour. With this session, I promise you that we are going to work on it. Okay, so let's just start with this session. I hope many of you have already written this thing. In between, I will be asking, what is your idea? Anyone can come up, can speak about their mind, and we are going to discuss about that particular idea in detail. We are going to discuss on it. So let's start with this session. When we talk about product validation, when we talk about the world of a startup, when we talk about the world of a startup, from where do we actually need to get started? When we talk about an idea, when we talk about a startup, when I ask you that you have to start up your own company, get it into a formal validation and start working on it, you can come up with infinite number of opportunities that are available to you on a basket. But which one to pick from that basket is really a question. Or even when you pick it up, how to function on it is the second stage of a startup. So let's just discuss about this thing. Supposedly, you are into a mechanical engineering undergraduation program. Probably in your first year, you have studied many of these subjects. You thought of building an engine, which is an ideal, or anything that you have thought of. Probably when you entered into an engineering campus, you thought of building your own robo suit. Probably you have thought of building your own Batmobile. You would have thought of anything. But how will you get that idea into working? This is the question. So the first thing that we need to remember, or even when you start writing the answers in your question paper, when it comes to university examination, when it comes to semester examination, sessional examination, there's a proper pattern that we follow. Rather than having the entire discretion of the idea, what if we streamline the entire phenomena of what's needed to be done? This can give you the success. What if I ask you, whatever the idea that you have got, just work on a certain chronological order and you will find out what's needed to be done. And with this session, we are going to work on that chronological order. What is that chronological order? The first thing that we need to remember, we need to understand when it comes to prototype validation is what is prototype? What is prototype? How is prototype different from the final product? How is prototype different from IVT, initial value theory? Initial value theory, IVT, how is different from IVH, initial value hypothesis? IVT, IVH, how is different from MVP, minimum viable product? How is this different from the final product that you will be bringing on to the market? And how is it different from the testing product, the pilot product that you will be bringing to the market at the pre-seed phase or at the seeding phase? This is what we will be discussing. Let's just start with this thing. I hope till this time you all have written down what your idea is. If not, again you have got 2 to 3 minutes to write it down. Write down that one idea you desperately want to work on. That one idea. Now when you write it down, just tell me what is the definition of that idea, of that product that you want to develop, of that service that you want to bring forth. What is the definition of that particular idea? And when I talk about definition, it's also very important for you people to have the clarity of definition. What do I mean by definition? Now, when I say definition, no matter what idea you have got in the world, no matter you have thought of establishing Geo way before than what this Reliance people have done, it hardly matters. What matters is who started it first, who laid the foundation of it, and who got it carried in the market. And for doing so, you need the clarity. So definition. Let's just discuss about the definition of the idea that you have got in your mind or you have just written in your paper, in your notebook. Let's just discuss about this thing. Definition. First, let me tell you what is the definition. Definition of a definition. So I'm going to define the definition. A single sentence statement that describes the object or the subject under scrutiny and distinguishes it from every other product available in the world. I'm going to repeat it. I'm going to repeat it. Definition is a single sentence statement, that defines the subject under scrutiny, your idea under scrutiny, your product or your service under scrutiny, and distinguishes it from every other object present in the world. So all of you are the mechanical engineering undergraduate. When you get to your third year of engineering graduation program, at that time you will be studying machine design. And in the machine design, the very first thing that you will be learning, in the engineering design, the very first thing that you will be learning is the definition. And at that time, you will realize when you will be looking into different views of a product, at that time you will realize every view is different from other object. And combining all the views together gives a definition to the product. So whatever you have got, you should have to validate it. The very first thing comes up when you lay down the definition of the object or the subject under scrutiny. What do I mean by this thing? I'm going to get very specific about it. Very specific about it. So if tomorrow I say I want to come up with the electric vehicle in the market, if today with this session I say, or if someone among you comes up and says, sir, I want to come up with my own electric vehicle in the market. So first thing that I will be asking, what kind of electric vehicle do you want to come up with? Is it electric cycle? Is it electric bike? Is it electric scooter? Is it electric scooty? Is it electric car, tricycle, whatever it is? Or even if you want to get into electric bike segment, what specific genre you want to get into? Is it super bike? Is it concept bike? Is it a ride bike? What is it? What is it? Definition. A single sentence statement defines the subject under scrutiny and distinguishes it from all the other objects or subjects present in the world. And this is very important for you people to understand. There is a very good jargon in the world of startup that says, if you have got an idea in your mind and you cannot write it down in 100 pages, if you have got an idea in your mind and you cannot explain that idea into 100 pages, it's never going to work out. It's never, ever, 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 ever going to work out. And now, Right contrary to it, or there is a supporting element to this thing which says, if you can explain or elaborate our idea into 100 pages, but cannot summary it up in a single page, you can never work on your idea. Your startup is never going to work out. So it's a two-way deal. It's a two-way deal. It should be very definitive, and at the same time, it should be very elaborative. Make sure of this one thing. It should be very definitive and it should be very elaborative when it comes to idea. Work on this principle. Whatever you have to got, you need to pen it down. Unless or until you pen it down, it's never going to work out. So now in the world of startup, there are going to be many people who would say, I can work on this thing, I can work on this thing. They could be, like you could say, they could be very either pessimist or they could be very optimist. It hardly matters. A person who gets into the field of a startup, actual person who actually works on figures and facts, is a person who actually works on figures and facts. The first thing that you need to realize is the definition. Once you are clear with the definition that this is the product that you want to develop, now this definition is to lay out the clarity in your own conscience. When you are done with this thing, work on purpose. What is the purpose of bringing that particular product or service into the market? What is the purpose of bringing this particular product or service into market? And this is very important. This is very important. Whatever the plan, the layout that you have made, realize this thing. Is it circumstantial or is it substantial? Is it circumstantial or is it substantial? This is very important for you to realize. When I talk about circumstantial, it means during the COVID-19, I know many people who have just started working on building hand sanitizers or some other kind of machinery. Is it circumstantial or is it substantial? Are you having a large vision with the product that you are developing, or you are just going to work in a particular sprout in a particular season, getting big profit and laying it off? Purpose. It's very important. The purpose of having the startup, the purpose of having that idea, are you solving one pain point of the market? And which pain point are you really going to solve? This is very important for each one of you. If you are working on this EV segment, then why EV? Why EV? Purpose. Get a bit more pinpoint. There are many other companies present in India or present globally which are working on EV, but why you? Purpose. What is that one pain point that you are actually trying to solve? And how this thing can actually work out? How could you actually understand that these things are actually, you can directly just think of all the ideas, write it down on a piece of paper and just submit a report of the entire startup idea. But it's not going to work out like that. You need to step into ground and find out what people want. You need to listen to people's story. You cannot directly explain everything. You need to listen to them. And third is the usage. Where are you going to use it? Now, if I talk about electric vehicle, and I just directly go to some other country where the cost of acquiring batteries, where the cost of acquiring BMS system, where the cost of, or where the temperature is very high. Now, I designed a product in Bangalore. I'm taking the classic example of Aether Energy. I designed a product in Bangalore, whose temperature is somewhat 27 degree, 30 degree, 31 degree or 20 degrees. Ranges in this range. And I take that product and start selling it out in the harshest of regions, say the African subcontinent. I started selling these products. Is it going to work out in there? Usage. Where are you going to use that product? What is your target audience? And whosoever is your target audience, can you really pinpoint it out? Can you really streamline the entire process and find out do they really want this product or not? Or if you are going to sell this product to them, is it going to work out for them or not? When I talk about electric vehicles, like the electric vehicles can very well work in the countries like America, in the cities like Bangalore. But when it comes to the cities which has got higher temperature, the efficiency of the entire system decreases. So can you take the same kind of product in there? Or if I say I am manufacturing these solar cells, I'm manufacturing the solar cells. Can I just take this solar cell and start selling it in the region where there is no sun? Usage. Find it out. And the fourth is the constraints. What are the constraints? The technological constraint, the economical constraint, the political constraint. Here comes the rule of Pasteur. Political reason, economical reason, societal reason, technological reason, economical reason, and legal reason. PESTEL, Pastel analysis. It is very much important for you to work on Pastel. It is very much important for you to work on SWOT analysis. That is what all constraint is all about. When you get into the world of startup, when you start discussing your idea with your friends, either they are going to be very optimistic or they are going to be very pessimistic. All these pessimists will start talking about the constraint. But always remember, constraints only comes into play when you have already laid down the definition, purpose, and usage. Your constraints only come down when you have already got the prototype available with you. Your constraints
excuse me,
only
Avishank.
get into role. Yes, sir.
Avishank,
Yes,
can
sir.
you please change the slide also so that the student can, you know, your
Definitely,
slide
sir.
is not changing. Okay, please
Definitely, sir.
carry on.
After this, I'm going to do.
Okay.
Okay. So I just told you this thing, the pessimist and the optimist.
Hello,
So
hello,
once
sir.
you
Hello, sir.
figure out everything, yes, please.
Sir, there is a problem. Sir, because my phone 1% charge can be switch off anytime. Because there
No
is no
problem.
light.
This is something for you to solve. Please don't interrupt me in the session with this kind of things.
Sir,
Right?
because there is no light in village. Sir,
Then
I get
Hello,
leave
hello.
this meeting
Yeah,
room.
no issue. Please, जब तक चल रहे हो चलो.
Vikrant,
Vikrant,
disconnect.
Students,
No.
if you have any question, and only then you can ask. Otherwise, the recording is available. You can see the recording. So you will get whatever you want from the recording also, right?
Sir, because sir, there is no light in village. So,
Okay,
sir,
leave this meeting,
removed
bro.
from group. Sir, sorry, sir.
Okay,
Sorry,
leave
sir.
this
Sorry,
meeting,
sir.
no problem at all, right?
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Abhishek sir, kindly continue.
Sure. Now, most of the people start discussing about the constraints, but always remember, constraints only come into play when you are already up with your MVP. Now, what is the stage of MVP and how will you be manufacturing your MVP or coming up to your MVP? We are going to discuss about this thing. So I hope you have got this clarity of definition, purpose, usage, and constraint. This is the chronology to starting up. This is the chronology of a startup. This is the chronology of a startup. Now, the second thing that we need to remember, this entire system, this entire presentation, today's session is on product validation, or the prototype validation. Now, when I talk about validation, it's very important for you to understand the difference between validation and verification. What is the stage of validation and what is the stage of verification? What do we actually mean by validation? When it comes to validation in the sense of feasibility, in the sense of desirability, and in the sense of viability. When I talk about validation, first is your definition. The product that you are developing, are you really skilled enough to develop that product or that service? Or if you can, what are the technicalities that you require to develop it? When I say technicalities, it not always means the mechanical principles, the classroom principles. It means the mechanism that is involved to move that product in the market. If I say that you want to build a community, so what is the mechanism to build the community? If I say that you want to establish your own MLM, multi-level marketing, that what is the mechanism that is involved to establish this MLM in the market? This is what I mean by validation. This is what I mean by technicalities associated with validation. So when it comes to prototype validation, or altogether when it comes to the validation of a startup, what does that mean? The validation can be categorized into three different categories. That is the feasibility, desirability, and viability. Feasibility, desirability, and viability. If you want to sound a bit more geek into this thing, then do not call feasibility, desirability, or viability. Call it technical validation, design validation, or business validation. It's absolutely similar. Feasibility goes hand in hand with technical validation. Desirability goes hand in hand with design validation, and the viability goes hand in hand with business validation. So very quickly, I'm going to tell you what do you mean by validation, and it will give you the clarity about this. So now each one of you have already written it down. What do you mean? Like, what is the idea you want to work on? Think about its mechanism. Think about its technical validation. The first thing is, like, if you say, I want to build an electric vehicle. So think about this thing. Is this the right stream to work on? Is this the right stream to work on? Is this the right system to design? Do not work on this thing. Does the world require this product or not? Just think on this thing, the product, the service that you are developing. Is it right or is it wrong? For example, if I say I am going to devise or I am going to manufacture a product which can take human to sun. So now this kind of system that I am developing, I'm just take a very hypothetical example. I just took a very hypothetical example being inspired by entirely what this Amazon CEO did in recent days, taking human to space for a voyage. So the system that you are developing, is it correct? The technicalities that is required to design that structure, that system, is it right or wrong? Work on this thing, feasibility of the product. The product that you are creating, you are developing, can it sustain the temperature of sun? Or even when you take the people out to sun, the luminous intensity of sun, like even with that, are human able to see the things, what's happening inside this and while going in there for the watch? Think about this thing. The system that you are developing, is it correct or is it wrong? Whatever you are deciding, just work on it. And now, with very much related to feasibility, there comes the desirability. Look here, are we building the system right? Are we building the system right? For example, if I say you have to design a four-wheeler, you have to design a four-wheeler car. Okay, I have given you the entire definition, entire setup. When you start building it, when you start laying the foundation of a definition and you start getting onto the prototype stage of building that particular system, but building that four-wheeler, are you building it right or not? This is one question that you need to ask yourself, and that is known as feasibility or technical validation. And when you are done with this thing, read here, are we building the system right? One thing, whatever you are building, I'm really sorry, the same thing has been written twice. Whatever the system that you have built on, I'm really sorry, the are we building the system right, has been written twice. It's not in there.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. Your slide is freezed on the very first one.
Okay, my slide is freezed.
Yes, your slide is freezed on very first one.
Okay, can you see it now?
Yeah, now it's on the fifth one, right? Clear.
Okay, you people cannot see this thing? You people haven't seen this?
No, your slides was freezed at the very beginning.
Oh, I'm really sorry about it. I do not know why it happened actually. I was constantly changing it actually.
So Abhishek, what we can do is, once we are in process of reviewing any idea, we can go through back to the slide one, and then we can come down again validating the idea, right? Initially, let's finish this off, and then we can start validating an idea.
Okay.
And make the slide on the presentation mode also. Press F5, then it is in the presentation mode.
Yeah, this is what I have done earlier. But can you see the change in slides now?
No, it is not in the presentation mode yet.
It's in the presentation mode in my screen.
Okay.
I will be doing one thing. Rather than sharing a particular screen, I'm going to share.
So what you can do, Abhishek, is you can keep it in the same mode, and we can then drag and drop, right?
Wait, I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to share my screen rather than sharing the window. Is it fine now?
Yes, it is clear.
Okay. Can you see my presentation in presentation mode?
Now it is okay.
Are the slides changing?
Okay. Yes, yes.
Yes, it
Now
is.
it is okay. No issue.
Okay.
Arshad, you can also minimize this window, the meeting one.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for helping me out with this thing. Okay, guys. So I was just saying this thing when we talk about prototype validation, when we talk about idea validation, and when we talk about startup validation, there are three categories on which we need to work on. First is the feasibility, technical validation. Second is the desirability. When I talk about technical validation, it means like if you want to design a vehicle that can take people on a voyage to space. So anything that is required and everything that is required to build that product, build that vehicle is known as technical validation or the feasibility. Okay. When I talk about desirability, it means that when you want to take people on a voyage to space, do really people want to go in there? Do really people want to go in there? Is the design validation or is the desirability validation? So always make sure of these two things, feasibility and desirability. Feasibility is the technical validation of the mechanism that you are developing, and design validation is why. Okay, feasibility is what are you developing. If I say you want to have your own chain of MLM, then building the entire chain of MLM, that what are going to be the discounts, what are going to be anything that is associated with MLM, what are the incentives that you are giving, what are the commissions that you are going to pay, what are the fees that you are going to take or you are going to pay, whatever it is, the entire mechanism comes under feasibility. And when I talk about desirability, it means, do people want to take it? Is there a requirement of such system in the market when some other companies are working on the same scenario? Whatever you have designed, and when you put that into real life scenario, is it working accordingly? That is desirability. Okay. Now, to make it more understandable, if I take this example, you all are mechanical engineering undergraduates. If you have gone through design labs, if you have gone through CAD labs, at that time you must have seen this thing, that when someone gives you the assignment, please draw a chassis frame structure for a four-wheeler to me. Draw a chassis frame structure for a four-wheeler to me. How do you start? First, you do the entire calculation, you do everything on paper. That is feasibility. The product that you are developing, the chassis frame that you are going to build, is it up to the mark to carry the objects, to carry the definition, to carry the purpose of building it? This is what feasibility is. And when you get it to the market, the design that you prepared at the end of the day, does it go in sync with the market requirement? Does it go in sync with the component requirement? That is known as desirability or is known as design validation. Third is the viability. So now what do we mean by viability? We are going to discuss this thing in later stage. Viability is only comes up when you have already got a product in the market, or at least you have got a product or a prototype or a MVP to test it in the market. Most of the people do not start up saying or giving the reasons for all the constraints or giving the reasons for the viability. I never say this thing. What you need to do first, work on your idea. Bring it on paper, bring it on presentation. Work on putting it into reality, 3D print it, build a prototype, and then start working on viability. Let's just talk about this thing. What is validation and what is verification? When I talk about validation, you have got your idea. You know the chronological steps to startup. That is the definition of the idea, purpose of the idea, usage of the idea, where you are going to use it, where you are going to put it into work, action, and then the constraint. When you know all these things, and whatever you have done, you have actually prototyped it. When I say prototype, it means a low stage model. If I say like you want to build your electric vehicle, so you 3D print a very small vehicle of how it looks and how it will operate is known as prototyping. You will be making a prototype of all the subsystems that are associated with the entire system. You will be building the prototype prototype, a charter of everything that constitutes together to build the final product. That is prototyping. That is prototyping. And there is MVP, that is known as minimum viable product. Minimum viable product, you can call minimum viable product to the very first test vehicle that you will be preparing. If I say like you want to build a social media platform just like Facebook. So prototype could be all the systems that are associated with Facebook. Say your profile page, okay, your customer page, your advertisement page, everything that is associated with all the 10 or 20 or 30s of things that comprises together to build a final product. All these smaller things, when you start building the design for it, it is known as prototype. And when you combine all these things together in a way that they start operating, that is known as MVP, minimum viable product. So first thing that you need to understand is the validation of the idea. In the validation of the idea, first you will be working on the paperwork. Once you complete the paperwork, then you start building the prototype. You are done with the prototype, then you will be building the MVP, minimum viable product. And when you build the MVP, you start test run it. Supposedly, like if you have built a Facebook platform, if you have built a social media platform just like Facebook, you will be putting it to use in a local server with few of your friends, or with few of the experts who will be just testing it day and night, inspecting it day and night and telling you what are the issues available with it. Or you will be launching a pilot project. You must have seen this thing. Whenever a new app comes up, a beta version of app first comes up. Whenever a new Windows, a Microsoft Windows comes up, a beta version of that window comes up, so that many of the people will come up and start utilizing it. And when they use it, they will tell the manufacturer, they will tell this thing to the final manufacturer that what are the issues associated with the MVP, the pilot that these people have prepared. And when they are done with this, all these things, the validation stage 1, validation stage 2, validation stage 3. And when you're going to mark all these things, this is known as verification. I hope till this stage, till this time, you have got the idea of what this session is all about. So now I need a very quick roll call. I do not want it to be a one-person session. I do not want to be a one-sided story. I will be speaking of everything. Now I want you people to tell me how much you understood from the things that we have discussed up till now. Abhishek Kumar, Shubham Jaiswal, Sandeep, Mohit, Ravi Shankar, Sachin, anyone among you can speak. Please.
Yes, sir, I have understood all.
Okay. So I believe like you have got your own idea.
Yes, sir, we are understand.
You are with me? You all are with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So how many of you are still with me after 40 minutes of this session? Everyone, please, like you can speak, you can write it down in the chat box. You can just raise your hand.
Yes, sir. Chat box are not open. Probably they can raise their hands.
Okay, so I just assume that few of you are with me. So if you have already written down your idea on a paper, I hope you people can relate to me whatever the things that I have discussed up till now. Okay, so now again look into this. So when you start up, when you have got any idea into your mind, you have to follow that particular chronological order. And when you work into that chronological order, you need to validate that chronological order. And when you validate it, you are going to categorize into 3 categories. And those 3 categories, I have already discussed about those 3 categories that are the feasibility, desirability, and viability. When it comes to viability, it means when your product is already into market, what is the fees associated with the product? Like if you're coming up with electric vehicle in the market, what is the cost of electric vehicle? What is the cost of electric vehicle? This is what is known as viability. Okay, this is what is known as viability. How long a vehicle can survive on road, that is known as viability. So first is the clarity. Clarity comes from definition. I'm going to very quickly give you the entire recap of this 40 minutes of discussion. Clarity comes from definition, from purpose, from usage and from constraints. Once you are done with this thing, you have to validate it. How will you be validating it? You will be validating it technical validation, design validation, and then viability. When you are done with this thing, work on validation and verification. Verify all the validations. Okay, the first thing that you need to come up with is IVT, initial value hypothesis. Whatever you're going to write down on a piece of paper is known as IVT. Whatever you're going to write down in a piece of paper is known as IVT. Your ideation is the IVT. Second, this definition, purpose, everything is the IVT. When you start building the prototype, when you start building the test product, that is known as, that comes under validation. That is a technical validation, design validation. Okay, and how will you design validate it? When you come up with MVP. So the first thing that you will be preparing is the IVT, writing down everything on a piece of paper. Second thing that you will be doing is building a prototype. When you build a prototype, it means the technical validation. And when you build the MVP, the test product, the beta app, the beta website, the beta version of the product, the pilot product that goes for testing for 6 months, for years and years, and for days and days in a fast catalyst, that is design validation. And when you bring that product into the market for general public to use, that is known as business validation. That first year, just like Jio, you will be coming up with fewer costs, then you will be increasing the cost at different regions. Probably in Rajasthan, there is going to be different cost for the product. In UP, you are testing something else. In Tamil Nadu, you are testing something else. That is business validation. I hope you understood this thing. IVT, that is definition, purpose, constraints, usage. When you build a prototype, that is known as technical validation, feasibility. When you build the MVP, that is known as desirability or is known as design validation. When you build that product, bring that product into the market, that is known as business validation. Now that is one part of product validation. That is one part of prototype validation. I'm going to leave everything together. When you validate whatever the validations that you have done, when you verify everything, that is known as verification. Up till this position, I hope this is just the phenomena, the fundamental for you to understand to start anything up. This could be a bit boring. Now, when you look into any startup listing website, say it Inc42, say it Track.in, say it Your Story, say it StartupIndia.gov, say it any company, any startup listing website. When you look into any startup listing website, you must have seen this thing many times. This XYZ company has got the seed funding. This XYZ company has got the venture capitalist for their company. This XYZ company has got a stage A funding, stage B funding, stage C funding. What do I mean, or what do we mean by these stages? So there are actually 6 stages of a startup. If I go very technical, these are the pre-seed stage, seed stage, early stage, growth stage, expansion stage, and exit stage. Just let's not talk about the exit stage. It's not recommended. But pre-stage, pre-seed, seed, early stage, growth stage, and expansion stage. And if I go with the philosophical values of these stages, you will find out these 6 stages as well. That is the concept and research, which is pre-seed stage. That is the commitment, that is the seed stage. That is the traction, that is the early stage. You can call it refinement, that is known as growth stage. You can call it scaling, that is known as expansion stage. You can call it exiting, that is known as becoming established. So I'm going to discuss about all these stages. Please write it down if you are writing these things down, or just take a screenshot. Stages of a startup: pre-seed stage, concept and research; seed stage, commitment; early stage, traction; growth stage, refinement; expansion stage, scaling; and exit stage, becoming established. So when you're going to have your own startup, so today you just thought of an idea and you started to write down everything on a piece of paper, that is known as the pre-seed. That is known as pre-seed. The day you thought of having your own startup in the market, that is a pre-seed stage. So here in the pre-seed stage, everything that we have discussed earlier comes up. Everything that we have discussed earlier comes up. Definition, purpose, and everything. What are you trying to solve? And the most important thing for you to understand, is it really worth a shot? Whatever the thing that you are doing, if you feel it's not really worth a shot, if you think I can only spend 4 hours into this particular startup, it works out, it's absolutely fine. Whatever it is it really worth a shot? Does it really worth 4 hours of your life every day? Or does it really worth your entire life? The concept and research, definition, purpose, usage, and the constraint, the qualitative and quantitative approach to resolve the startup, the qualitative and quantitative approach to solve the problem. When I talk about qualitative, it means the ideal set of rules. Ideal set of rules. When I say ideal set of rules, what do I mean by this thing? Say you want to come up with a startup to eradicate the poverty in this world. So you came up with a principle that I will be taking 10 rupees from every person in the globe, and I'm going to establish one fund that is going to every day cook the food and is going to distribute it among people. This is the qualitative approach. When you go to the quantitative approach, you will find out there are people who can give 10,000 rupees. There are people who cannot even give a single rupees. So when you get into the market, understand what is actually happening, and according to you start solving the problem. That is known as quantitative approach. The qualitative approach is like you are sitting at your home, you're sitting at your room, you just came up with an idea, I can do this thing, without even realizing does the world really want this thing or not, is qualitative approach. Quantitative approach is when you get to the world and look into what do they really want and you start building it. That is known as quantitative approach. When you're sitting in your ideal room and think that I'm going to build this particular project, that is qualitative. When you look everything ideally, that is qualitative approach. Your Carnot engine is a qualitative approach. When you get to the world, start building something and find out and start comparing it with the qualitative phenomena, that is known as quantitative approach. Okay, you cannot directly build an engine and discard it because it's not giving you 100% efficiency. Whatever you have got, if you start working on it, is known as quantitative approach. And now this qualitative approach and quantitative approach are going to be supported by top-down and bottom-up approach. Top-down approach means first you're going to lay down the definition, then the purpose, then this and this. And the bottom-up approach is when you first know what are the constraints available in the market, where you can use this thing, what could be the purpose and what could be the definition. When you start working likewise, that is known as quantities, that is known as bottom-up approach. So you can mix the qualitative approach with the bottom-up approach, bottom-up analysis, qualitative approach with the bottom-up analysis. You can combine the quantitative approach with the top-down analysis. Whatever you are doing, that comes under concept and research. Till the time of your prototype, that is concept and research. Once you are done with your prototype and you build the MVP, okay, now this is the time when you've already created your prototype and you started to work on a minimum viable product, that is the pilot project. Supposedly you are building a platform like Facebook. When you launch that product for the people to check, that is known as commitment. And every day you make changes to it, that is known as commitment, or that is known as the seed stage. When you have already come up with your product into the market, that is commitment or seed stage. When you are done with this thing, that is known as early stage. Your product is into market, people are already using it, giving the feedback, and you are every day updating your product, that is known as traction. Every day more and more people are coming and using, test driving your electric vehicle, or are creating accounts on your platform like Facebook or whatever you have come up with, or joining your MLM. That is early traction. Early traction, or is known as, I'm really sorry with this, or is known as seed, is early stage. Early stage. When you have just ideated everything, you are just up with your prototype, you have ideated something, that is known as seed stage. Now you must have looked into all these things. New companies that are coming up are taking seed funding. Just on the basis of their idea, just on the basis of their idea, they approach an investor. Investor is very much happy, right? Is very much optimistic about the idea that these people are proposing to him or her. They give them certain fund to build the MVP, to build the MVP. Now, who are the people who get seed funding? Supposedly, if I say if you go to the market and ask an investor to give you the seed fund, they won't be giving the seed fund. Why? Because you did not have any early progress report. You do not have early progress chart. Unless or until you have got a commitment chart, they cannot put their money into a seed phase. So you must have looked into this thing. Any company that is receiving a seed funding, those are the people who have worked either into top-notch companies of the world or who have already co-founded few of the companies which did very well in the market. So seed stage, if you need to take the funding from the market in a seed stage, what you need to do, you need to build your reputation. You need to at least come up with something that validates your commitment into the market. Right? And this is known as seed funding. When I talk about early stage is when you have already got your product into the market. When you have got your product into the market, that is known as early stage. That is known as early stage. Second is the growth stage, that is refinement. When you've got your product into the market, it's working fine. You've already worked on the viability of the product, but now this is a time for you to get into various demographics. Into different demographics. That is known as the refinement or the growth stage. That is known as the refinement or the growth stage. You came up with a product, you have already established a good presence in your city. Now you want to move on to other cities. That is refinement. You are going to hire more people. You are going to hire a better business team which can propose things for you to internationalize your entire startup. Then there comes the scaling. When you came up with everything in the market, all the services in the market, but you have got bigger vision. When I talk about scaling, it means Ola already knows this thing that after 10 years, they will be coming up with their Ola scooters. And when they launch this product, this is known as scaling. When you come up with everything full-fledged that you have got in your mind. When you're done with this thing, that is known as scaling. Now, it's also been said when I talk about these things, exit stage. When people say you are no longer a startup, you have already done everything, that is known as becoming established. That is known as becoming established. When you do not need the money from anyone else, but you can bootstrap your own entire phenomena, your own entire plan that you have got in your mind. That is known as becoming established. Now, when you become established, just like many other companies of Ankur Warikoo, or many other people of Indian startup ecosystem, what these people used to do when their company reached a certain height, they sold it off to some other company. That is known as either the exit phase or is known as the established phase. I hope you people got the clarity about this thing. I hope so. Okay, now I'm just open to questions, whatever the questions that you have got in your mind. Just in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to quickly recap everything into a format of a story. And then I'm going to be open to all the questions. I want you people to please interact with me. If it is not going to help you, at least it is going to help other people who are listening to us. There could be at least one person in this session whose life can change, or he or she can get that initiation to start up with. At least one person. I'm not going to expect from every person to change, but there should be at least one person. Okay. Very quickly, I'm going to give you the entire recap of this session. This session's name is prototype validation. When we started this session, we discussed about what do we actually mean by validation? What do we actually mean by prototype? And how can you actually start up from the position you are currently sitting? So I gave you a very small activity to write down one idea that you people always wanted to work on. I asked you people to write down that one idea you people always wanted to work on. You wrote it down on a piece of paper. And when you wrote it down, you started working on a chronological order. Whatever the idea that you have got, it could be infinite number of ideas. You pinpointed it. What is one thing that is worth a shot? You can invest the rest of life into building that product. Just come up with this thing. When you came up with this thing, I asked you to make a certain definition for it, make a certain chronological path for it, and that chronological path comes up with a definition. Definition is a single sentence statement. Is a single sentence statement that describes or elaborates the subject under scrutiny. Subject here is your idea under scrutiny and distinguishes it from all the other objects present in the world. The definition of an EV vehicle is not going to be same for the definition for an IC engine vehicle, or is not going to be same for the definition of any vehicle. Okay, so if I say give me the definition of a four-wheeler, you will be giving me the definition for a four-wheeler. If I say in a definition of a four-wheeler, give me the specific definition of an IC engine four-wheeler or EV four-wheeler, EV source four-wheeler. Definition could be. Then I asked you to give the purpose, of it. Third, where you are going to use it. Fourth is the constraint. Then later on we discussed about this thing with the entire chronological order. There comes the qualitative and quantitative approach. Qualitative approach is when you work on the ideal focus. Ideal focus. Now this is something that I need to build. This is why I need to build it. This is where I'm going to use it, and this is something that can stop me. Now you want to build a vehicle. Made up of gold chassis. Now it's not commercially feasible. These are the constraints. No one is going to purchase it. Even the richest of the sheikhs are not going to purchase it. Got it? Okay. Then we can always sum it up. We can always support it up with the top-down and bottom-up approach. Again, when I say top-down approach, it is an ideal perception. When I say bottom-up approach, you got to the market. In the market, you saw what is possible and what is not possible in Indian subcontinent. When you understood this thing and you designed the entire structure, that is known as the chronology to starting up. When you are done with this thing, I asked you to validate your chronology with three principles, that is feasibility, desirability, and viability. When I talk about feasibility means the technical validation of the product. The technical validation of the product. When I say technical validation, it means, are you building the system right? Are you building the system right? And the desirability is, I'm really sorry, something wrong has been written. Have we built the right system? Have we built the right system? It means the product that you want to come up with. It means, does the world really want this product? Have you built the right system? It means how you are going to build that system, and is that system correct to be established in the market? Third is the business perspectives to it, business prospect to it. Whatever it is, the viability of the product is very important. Now, what we need to do, we need to verify all these three stages of validation: technical validation, design validation, and business validation. All these three stages of validation are needed to be done, and that is known as verification. Verification checks on engineering steps are sound. And when I talk about engineering, this does not mean what you study in the classroom. I'm not talking about engineering mechanics or thermodynamics. I'm talking about the mechanism of the system. That is engineering. Third, we studied about the stages of a startup. When I talk about the stages of a startup, it means the pre-seed. In the pre-seed, you are just having an idea. In the seed stage, you are having your own prototype, and with the prototype, you are moving towards the MVP. In the early stage, you are having your MVP. You are also having your beta version available in the market. You are collecting the data, the feedback from the market, and every day you are improving your market. In the early stage, you are also expanding your client network. In the growth stage, you are following it. In the expansion, you will be coming up with few more verticals of your company. Concept and research, commitment, direction, refinement, and scaling. This is what you need to. This is what you need to. Once you're scaled up, you do not need anyone's suggestion of what's needed to be done. You can do it on your own. And with this thing, I need to give you the startup curve. This startup curve. When you look into this stage, this particular stage, like let me just take this screenshot. I've already got it done for you people. When we talk about this particular stage, it means the ideation stage. When I ask you to write it down on a piece of paper, there are few people who are very good in writing down things. At this time, your energy is going to be very high. Yes, we can do it. We can do it. We can do it. Everything is fine for you. But when you start doing it, when you start building a prototype, you will find out n number of problems will start to come up. N number of problems will start to come up. Somehow you would be able to build your own prototype. Once you're done with your prototype and you start building a MVP, every day the suggestions that comes up, every day the issues that you face with the MVP, that is the trove of sorrowness. That is the trove of sorrowness. Even if you are done with this MVP, even when you are done with this MVP, and you come up with the pilot project in the market, everything seems to be corrected. There could be many bad things, there could be many good experiences. If you are done with this thing and you got into growth stage, then the sky is the limit for you. Now, I'm also going to give you a bit of data in here. This is not what I am saying. This is what many of the research institutes came up with. Here, at this stage, 99% of the people who thought of having the idea actually fails. Even when you look into your campus, you will find out that 99.9, that it's been said out of 1,000%, who are having the idea, only 10% write it down on a piece of paper. Only 10% bring it to the form of presentation. 10 people bring it to the form of presentation. So this is the volume. Okay, I'm going to take this data to be 1 lakh. So at this stage, there is 1 lakh people who came up with the idea. Up till this stage, at this stage here, the bottom one, there are 1 lakh people. Up till this stage, you have got only 100 people. And when they're going to write it down, how many people actually build a prototype? Again, only 10% people. Out of this, only 10% people are going to build a prototype. Out of this 10% only 10% of people are actually going to build their MVP. This is the reason till MVP. This is the reason for pilot. Okay, so only 1% is going to do it, and only 0.1% is going to get in. And once you reach in there, 30% of the 30% people get successful. So this is what actually happens. When 1 lakh people starts to attempt, only 0.3% people actually get to the market. 0.03% people get to the market. Now, this is not to discourage. People do not fail from the market. People fail from themselves. People do not fail in the market. They fail before reaching into the market. They fail before reaching to the market. A startup is not built by the massive action. Yes, sir.
I request some participant has not they have not muted. Please mute it. Some background sound is coming. Okay, thank you.
There are many people who are still not having a mute. Okay, no problem. So this is what it is all about. Guys. People fail on their own efforts. You need to work on this thing. And a startup cannot be built by a massive action. A startup can only be built by a disciplined and a consistent effort. Please remember this one thing. Most of the people who start up, like see, you can see it here. there is a data that says 100,000 people start. I've just taken the reference to 100,000. It's more than million, actually 10 million or more, right? At this stage, you have got 10 million people or 100 million people, say 100 million people, that is 10 crore. 100 million people have got the idea, of which only 1% of them turns it up or writes it into a paper, and out of which only 10% build a prototype, out of which only 10% build a MVP, out of which only 10% actually test their product, of which the 30% get successful. Where does maximum people fail? Maximum people fail here.
Sang, please, can you summarize all it in because we are running short of time. Student has to
Yes,
go for the some other activities and all. Please.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
This is all from my end. Now I'm open to question. If anyone wants to ask any question, he or she can.
Student, your QA section has been started. Student, your Q&A session has started. If you have any doubts, Sajan, Pawan, Ashish, as you have raised your hand, please ask question. Avishank is ready to catch your question. There's no problem. Please ask. Student, please
Anyone,
come on, ask question. Sajan.
Like if there is any specific industry you want to work on.
Yes, sir. I want to work on automotive industry. So I am thinking of building totally indigenous engines for companies like big companies like Tata and Mahindra. So
Okay.
how am I able to do that?
Okay, I got it. So the very first thing that you need to do is to look into the market. What are the companies that are already doing it? So where can you get this data? I hope you people can see my screen. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now go to this website. This is not just the only website. There are many websites available in the market. Just go in there and you will find out if you want to get into automobile. See here in the automobile, auto ancillaries, air conditioning, automotive parts, axle, bearing, brake, engine body, diesel engine parts. Now look into these companies. What are these people doing? Find out what are the competitors available in the market and how are they doing it. Take the inspiration from them. Look into their functioning. Find out the data for yourself. Okay, so the first thing that you need to do is to find out what are the other people who are already working on this thing. So when I do this thing, just click on this thing, auto ancillary diesel engines. Now Cummins and Swaraj Engine are the two companies, public limited companies available in India, which are already building engines. Look into their case studies. Once you are done with this thing, you can create your own path how to start up with, right? Unless or until you have got the data available with you, you cannot do this thing. So now when you said I want to build my own indigenous engines, when you said this thing, so you are already working into top-down approach. You already know what is the definition, what is the purpose of building it. You know these things. You already know these things. Now what I want you to get to the market and look what people are doing. That is, get into the bottom-up approach. Get into the bottom-up approach. You have got the qualitative analysis, qualitative approach available with you. This is what you need to build on. Look who are the other people who are building it and how are they doing it. So this is one website from where you can find out the details of all these companies. Second, look into this company track.in or any other website. There are many companies which provide the list of disruptive startups in particular genres every year. You can look into it. Now look into how good is this world or is this startup ecosystem for these companies, right? So here you will find out the list of the companies which got funded in recent. When you look into this thing, like you can look here. Now, investor name, okay. Online tutorial company has been funded. Online reselling platform has been funded. Food delivery, investment portfolio. This, can you see the name of any mechanical startup being funded in the month of April? You cannot find, right? Look into this thing. How supported is the marketplace for you? Look into various websites, find it out. How supportive is the marketplace for you. Look here. How supportive is the marketplace for you? Look here, it's a good news for you. Okay, find this thing out. So this is how you need to start. This is how you need to start. Qualitative approach is very much fine. I highly appreciate it. But at the end of the day, you need to look into this thing, the business prospects. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyone else?
Student, you can ask if you have any doubt, any query related to what the Avishank has delivered on related to startups. You ask question. He has delivered in such a nice way. Everything he has made clear, as far as my perception is concerned. So if you have any doubt, you can ask straightforward. You can ask to Sasank. Please come on, student. Okay, I think they are not having any query. They have understood all well. I think whatever you have delivered, we can have this perception and all. So Anuranjan sir, can we go for the proposal vote and vote of thanks and all?
Yeah, definitely, sir. A very nice session is given by Mr. Abhishek Jain. So I want to thanks and congratulate them to organize this such a nice session and hands-on the session also, so that each and every question of the students is answered. I think he is young enough, so he is better understood what is the needed, what are the questions may be asked by the students. So he have covered all those questions who may be or probably asked by the students, and in a very good manner. So
Right.
now I will propose the vote of thanks. I would like to thank Almighty of God for giving me us power to organize this event. I want to thank our chairman sir, vice chairman sir, to give us permission to organize this event. I would like to thank our director general sir, our director sir, for give us support to organize this event. I want to thank Dr. Rajiv Kumar, HOD of the Mechanical Engineering Department. In a so short notice of time, he is able to arrange the events, and all the faculty members of the Mechanical Engineering Department. I would like, last but not the least, I would like to thank all the students who have attended very peacefully, and very nice audience. I would like to thank those students also. So that's all from my side. I think we again should switch over our cameras for the presenter only. Then after presenter, the student can open their cameras. So the Rajiv sir, with the help of some faculty member, take some pics. So kindly, right. I think Rajiv sir camera is not open, I think so. So all the presenter will open their cameras. Yes,
please,
open.
everyone, please open your camera. So students are also allowed to open camera, sir?
First we take a pic of ourselves. After that, the students who are at nice place, it means they are in the presentable format. Only then they can open their camera. So students knows better who are in the presentable format and who are not in the presentable format. So I think the correct message is going to the students. So only those students who are in the correct format, they can open their camera.
Hello, sir. Can I ask a question?
Sure. So hurry up, students.
Abhishank, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, I want to know how can I start up a business for making defense products?
For making defense. Okay, I got it. See, there are many companies already involved into manufacturing the defense products, right? So if you need to just work on this thing, first figure out what kind of product are you actually planning to work on. So now I have got one of my friend who is actually delivering few of the special purpose vehicles to Indian Army. So this is one segment, special purpose vehicles to carry the artilleries. or for the adventure purpose, for the infotainment purpose of the army
I want
camps.
to add one thing more. That this team with the Sisir Tripathi is with us, and this is a startup registered as a startup of the Ministry of Education also. So all the people is joined it with us, and definitely when we require, they will help us, right? And
Right.
I also request to Mr. Sisir Tripathi and his team to make some internship program also for the students, so that he may accommodate in about 20 or 30 students in this our startup.
Sure, sir. We
So
will
I
do
think
that.
message, and all the students, if you have any problem at any time, I am very much sure about this, that Sisir Tripathi and his team, Abhishek Jain and his team will help us. And they are available. I will take the privilege also to say this, that they are available whenever our students or we require them for some mentoring. I think so. So I have taken this privilege without their permission.
Anytime,
Okay.
sir, anytime. It will be our privilege to help our college, the college which I graduated from.
Yeah, very nice, very nice.
Okay, so I will be directly
Sir.
just getting into this question very quickly. Just give me 2 minutes. See,
Yes.
whosoever asked this question there, the first thing that you need to do, like in which particular genre you want to serve Indian Army or you want to serve the defense sector of this country. Like there are already few established companies like Bharat Dynamics. You know Bharat Dynamics, and there is a platform being established by Government of India, specifically known as idex.gov.in. Just go in there, find out what are the other companies which are working under the startup mentorship of defense sector for this country. Find it out. Find your genre of interest and then get enrolled inside it. There are many events that are actually going on to serve the Indian Army. Even at this point of time, like you are a mechanical engineering undergraduate, this is a very good opportunity for you to participate in the events which are being organized by the incubation center, especially run by Indian Army or the Defense Ministry of this country. I'm giving you this link, idex.gov.in. I, Indore, D, Dehradun, E for any other state, Indore, and X, you know, X. Okay, so idex.gov.in. Look into that website. You will find out many of these startups are already enrolled in. There are many of the events currently going on for the defense sector. Just participate in it and you will get to know everything associated with this defense sector startup ecosystem. Okay, sir.
Okay. So, student, you please switch on your camera so that we can have a pic. If you are at a good place, otherwise we'll. Anyone else? Sandeep sir, yes, very nice. Yes, Mr. Abhishek.
So
Mr. Assis, yes.
To open their cameras who are at good position and at a good place or in the presentable format.
You please do fast. Please do fast. We expect you can do it in a very very short period, so that we can have a pic. Please go fast. Yes, very nice. It's very beautiful. Yes, students, very nice. Anyone else, please? Yes, very nice. Yes, go ahead. Just a minute. Just, okay. Just a minute. Yes, I think we are on the verge of completion of our program. So just wait for another 1 minute so that I can paste the last pic on my desktop. 37. Okay. So here we have reached on the final, this state of, the completion of our program. It's I once again, on the behalf of entire mechanical engineering department, I congratulate Mr. Abhishek, and I say thank you to for delivering such a nice lecture based on your startups and all. And really I wanted such kind of, you know, the events that should be webinar, I can say workshop, you can say. So that is very essential for all the students, because now there is a wave which is, you know, flowing everywhere of startups. But as far as my knowledge is concerned, very few students is having a, you know, the very core idea about how to start the startups and all, and what should be the necessary condition, what are the different stages. And you have beautifully explained all the, you know, right from ideation, right from ideation up to the placing your final product into the market. So you have delivered your talk in a such a, you know, dynamic state and such a beautiful way, fundamentally good and all, that I think my student have, you know, I mean, gone through the real concept of startups and all. So I thank Anuranjan sir, my management, all my directors, DG, and all faculty members, students at the last who are and who have just taken part into the, you know, this live workshop. So thank you, sir. Thanks a lot from the core of my heart. I say thanks to all of you. So this is from my side, sir. Anuranjan sir, thank you so much. So can we close down the session, sir, if you allow?
Sure. Now we can close the meeting.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thanks all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Thank you.